In the 1920s, wealthy Americans were voluntarily drinking radioactive water because they had been told that it was energizing. One man drank 1,400 bottles. His jaw fell off. This is one of the crazier stories of the history of wellness culture. So, to understand how this happened, you have to understand what radium felt like as a discovery. Marie and Perry Curie identified radium in 1898. It was extraordinary. It glowed. It literally emitted light. And they thought it was like this amazing thing. It was warm to the touch. It seemed to defy any like conventional understanding of matter and energy. It was mysterious and powerful and not yet terrifying. Early researchers did not know or think it was dangerous. The Curies didn't know. They handled it consistently. Marie Curie's notebooks are still, to this day, so radioactive that researchers who study them today have to use protective equipment. She died of aplastic anemia in 1934, almost certainly caused by all the radiation exposure. But in the early 1900s, people thought that radium was just so powerful and so extraordinary and medicinal. Then came the radioactivity health industry. It was very swift, it was very creative, came to market fast. You could buy radium face cream, radium bread, radium chocolate. It's like beef tallow back in the day. Spas were using it. They were advertising their naturally radioactive mineral water. There was even a company in Germany that marketed this thing called a radi indoctrinator. It was a small radium device that you were supposed to wear against your skin near your endocrine glands while you slept. And then in the United States, a product called Radiator hit the market in 1918. It was a product by a company in New Jersey run by a man named William J.A. Bailey. He wasn't a physician, he had a fake Harvard degree, and he had previously been arrested for mail fraud, just so you know who we're dealing with. Okay, so Radiator was, per its label, certified radioactive water. It had 2 micrograms of radium per bottle dissolved in just distilled water. And the pitch was radium stimulates the endocrine system, it energizes the cell, it vitalizes the body, keeps you looking young. It was about $1 per bottle. Its most famous buyer was Eben Byers. Byers was a Pittsburgh socialite, Yale graduate, and amateur golf champion. In 1927, he fell off a train car and he injured his arm. So a physician recommended Radiator. Byers started drinking it, and then he felt wonderful. He felt like so energized, vital, excellent. Forgot he broke his arm. This is the man that approximately drank 1,400 bottles over 3 years. Maybe a little bit of an addictive personality. But by 1930, he had completely stopped because he had lost 40 pounds. His bones were deteriorating and he was feeling so weak. Like the radium mimics certain calcium in the body and it incorporates itself into the bone. And then what it does is it irritates the surrounding tissue from the inside. So all of the bones in his body, including his skull, were losing mass. And then these massive holes started forming. And then significant portions of his skull had to be surgically removed. He died on April 14th, 1932, weighing under 100 pounds. And the Wall Street Journal covered his death with one of the greatest headlines in newspaper history. The radium worked fine until his jaw fell off. Terrifying. One direct consequence was the Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act of 1938, which dramatically expanded the FDA's authority to police these sort of health claims. William Bailey, the man who made Radiator, died in 1949. And then his remains were actually exhumed in the 1960s, and they were still highly radioactive. The lesson here, the wellness industry does not have a perfect track record. Natural does not mean safe. Powerful does not mean beneficial. And before you drink something, it is worth asking who specifically is profiting from you believing it works.